What is up, boys? Back for another video, and for today's video I just kind of want to talk about the state of Combat Arms right now and what it's like to play the game in 2021. The first thing that I want to talk about is the player base between NA and EU don't really get along at all, and just because of the ping differences, which I can understand, and don't get me wrong, there actually are a handful of players that do get along with each other from both sides, but for the most part, a lot of the EU players dislike the NA community. I myself get a 2-ping connection, and I can understand that at times I'll infect somebody with some BS range, but there's really nothing that I can do about it, and the 2-ping doesn't really give me an advantage. It more gives me a disadvantage, and that's just because it feels like everything is 2 seconds behind. Personally, I think that if we can learn to understand and accept that this is the state of the game right now, which is pretty sad just because the game's on the brink of dying, but I myself, I'm pretty glad that I can still be able to play this game, even with the disadvantage of a 2-ping. There's definitely no other game out there like Say, and this game really does hold a special place in my heart. I know that Velof can do a lot to help out the game, but that's something I want to touch on a little later in the video. But I do plan on hosting some $100 events on CA in the near future, and I'll be doing them pretty regularly, so make sure you guys are subbed if you're not already, and stay tuned. The in-game meta that I've figured out is that most people actually use 25 plus speed, and I'll show you guys what I've been using lately in a minute, but most people also use mutagen for the extra speed and the extra nades to help do some damage to the host zombies, just because hosts start with 340 HP, which sounds pretty ridiculous to me. So this is my weapon setup that I use. I'm using the RPG as of right now. Sometimes I'll switch it with the Law. I'm using the USB Tactical, a tracker knife of course, 2 black nades, mines, and the crossbow. I mainly use the crossbow just to tag my mines. That way when a zombie that's host runs them over, they're pretty much guaranteed to die. Gear wise, for the drip, I use the boonie hat, and for my face mask, I use the Patriot skull mask and recon vest of course, and the Canada 3-slot backpack, just because it's 3-slot and -0 speed. Also, I do have mutagen, so as you see, I have 20-30 speed, but mutagen does add an extra 3 speed, so I'm pretty much running 26 speed right now. Another thing that I want to mention is that you can actually get a speed of like 50 or something close to it if you have the right sets of gear needed, which is pretty crazy to me because it's literally free speed hacks, and I actually want to make a video using that ridiculous speed, which I think would be kind of funny and entertaining, so make sure you guys watch for it later on. Moving on to the next subject, as far as the NA community, it's pretty much non-existent as of right now, as the EU community pretty much dominates the game. Like I did mention before, I get a 2-ping, and a lot of players have told me that that's the main reason they don't play this game, which is kind of funny because the other night we were playing in the NA servers with some EU players, and they were actually getting a 3-ping in the NA servers, but I know that move won't actually happen just because most players would like the 4-ping. The top NA clans right now that I've come to see is OLB, Game Plan, and New Beginnings, which I believe is Connor's clan. As for myself, I actually did leave Quarantine Elite just because the clan is pretty much inactive and nobody really gets on anymore, and I kind of just want to explore my other options if there are any. Also, I did mention a while back in a different video that the QE channel did get deleted. That is because of copyright reasons, but I do know that Alf has made a new channel and started uploading some of the OG montages, so I'll drop a link for that down in the description. One of the last things that I wanted to touch up on is the good and bad with Velof owning the game now. As I did mention previously, I definitely think that the 340 HP for the host zombie is way too much. I mean, 2 black nades doesn't even kill a zombie. Another thing that they did is they completely removed the EXP rate, which I can understand just because it was abused a lot back then, but it actually brought a lot of a big player base with it, which I know a lot of the Blood Brothers from back then would definitely come back to the game if EXP was introduced back into the game. I think it's like capped out at like 2,000 to 3,000 right now a game, and they have these weekly EXP boosts every month, which is kind of stupid. As of right now, they're actually doing the 30-year Velof anniversary, so there's like a 800% EXP boost right now. A few years back, which is actually the last time I actually played this game, I was a part of the Blood Brothers, and we were actually getting 30k to 60k EXP a game, which I get is kind of broken, but like I said, it had a huge player base, and I think the BB clan ourselves had like 3 to 4 full rooms, and I know for a fact there were other clans that were hosting other rooms. Back to the 3rd anniversary event for Velof, they're actually selling an anniversary pack, which you get like 60 speed for it or something, which is crazy, but it's a little disappointing that you have to buy the gear, just because in Exxon every year they would give out a cap, a mask, and a backpack, which was always exciting and something you would look forward to every year, and it was like usually free speed gear because you get the elite version if you played enough or logged in every day. I can't remember what it was, but they also just added a ranked mode, which is supposed to be a little more competitive, I guess. I haven't actually tried it myself, but maybe I should to see what it's about. A lot of my old friends who I used to play with back then actually asked me why I still play this game, and honestly I never really have a good answer other than I can't find a game that comes close to Quarantine, and also I haven't really played in 4 years, so I've been having a lot of fun trying to learn how to play the game again and learning new things that didn't exist back then. But that's pretty much it for the video. By the time this video does go live, my Warzone event will be happening, so that's probably going to be my next video you guys will see, so stay tuned for that. I'm not sure if anyone has caught on, but I've been trying to upload every Sunday. I've missed a few Sundays here and there, but that is what I plan on doing. But with that being said, boys, if you did enjoy this video at any point, please be sure to let me know by hitting that like button, and if you aren't already, hit that subscribe button for more videos. Peace.